Hello, I am Janine Turner, founder of Constituting America. Welcome to our annual 90-day study. 90 plus 90 equals 180. History holds the key to the future. This year's study is The Genius of America, a journey into our republic, a study on Alexis De Tocqueville's Democracy in America. Today's essay is written by Andrew Langer. This is a quote by Alexis De Tocqueville. The sovereignty of the people is not a vague or metaphysical notion. It is a real and active principle. The title of this essay is On the Principle of the Sovereignty of the People in America, Volume 1, Part 1, Chapter 4 of Democracy in America by Alexis De Tocqueville. Alexis De Tocqueville's seminal work, Democracy in America, offers a profound examination of the American political system, with particular emphasis on the principle of the sovereignty of the people. In Volume 1, Part 1, Chapter 4, de Tocqueville explores how this principle functions in the United States, attributing much of its success to the decentralized nature of American government, particularly through the institution of townships. De Tocqueville identifies townships as the foundational units of American democracy, embodying the principle of the sovereignty of the people. He describes them as independent entities endowed with significant local autonomy, handling functions such as tax collection, school management, and road maintenance. This level of local governance contrasts sharply with the centralized administration prevalent in France, where the state manages most functions. The autonomy of American townships, according to de Tocqueville, fosters widespread civic participation. He notes that almost every citizen is involved in some aspect of local governance, which serves as an essential educational tool. Through active participation in township affairs, citizens practice self-governance, develop a deeper understanding of their rights, and cultivate a sense of public spirit. This civic engagement strengthens democratic institutions from the ground up, reinforcing the principle of popular sovereignty. Thomas Jefferson, one of the foremost advocates for states' rights and local governance, argued for the devolution of power to states and localities within America's federal system. Jefferson believed that the best government is the one that is closest to the people, where citizens have the most direct control over their affairs. He saw local governance as a means to educate and engage citizens in the political process, thereby fostering a more vibrant and resilient democracy. Jefferson's vision aligns with de Tocqueville's observations on the role of townships. By decentralizing power and granting autonomy to local governments, the American system ensures that citizens are not merely subjects of distant authorities, but active participants in their governance. This decentralization or dual sovereignty creates a balance between national and local interests, promoting liberty and preventing the concentration of power. The principle of federalism, which underpins the American political system, involves the distribution of power between the national government and the states. This diffusion of power is crucial in securing individual liberties. The 1992 Supreme Court case, New York versus United States, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor highlighted this aspect of federalism, stating that, quote, federalism secures to individuals the liberties that derive from the diffusion of sovereign power, end quote. This case underscored the importance of maintaining a balance between centralized authority and local autonomy to protect individual freedoms. In de Tocqueville's analysis, the sovereignty of the people is most evident in the functioning of townships. These local units of government embody the principle of subsidiarity, where decisions are made at the most immediate level possible, thus promoting individual freedom and responsibility. The township's ability to manage their own affairs without excessive interference from higher levels of government exemplifies this diffusion of power. De Tocqueville emphasizes the educational role of townships in American democracy. By engaging in local governance, citizens learn the practicalities of democratic participation. They develop skills in deliberation, negotiation, and decision-making, which are essential for the functioning of a healthy democracy. This hands-on experience in governance is invaluable in cultivating informed and active citizens. Moreover, de Tocqueville observes that the local independence of townships nurtures a strong sense of community and public spirit. Unlike the centralized bureaucratic systems in Europe, where citizens often feel detached from their government, American townships foster a direct connection between the people and their representatives. This connection enhances accountability and responsiveness, further reinforcing the principle of popular sovereignty. De Tocqueville contrasts the decentralized township system with the highly centralized administration in France, highlighting the benefits of the American approach. In France, the central government's extensive control over local affairs stifles civic participation and inhibits the development of local leadership. In contrast, the American township system encourages local initiatives and responsibility, creating a dynamic and participatory political culture. This decentralization serves as a counterweight to potential abuses of power by the central government. By distributing authority across multiple levels of government, the American system prevents the concentration of power in a single entity, thus safeguarding individual liberties. This balance is essential for the maintenance of a free and democratic society. The principle of the sovereignty of the people in America is intricately linked to the role of townships in the nation's federal system. De Tocqueville's observations highlight the significance of local autonomy and civic participation in fostering a vibrant democracy. Through the devolution of power as advocated by Thomas Jefferson and the diffusion of sovereign power emphasized in the New York versus United States case, the American system of federalism secures individual liberties and promotes active citizenship. Townships, as the foundational units of American democracy, provide a practical and effective means for citizens to engage in self-governance. This decentralized approach not only enhances local governance, but also serves as a critical educational tool, preparing citizens for broader political participation. Ultimately, the success and stability of American democracy rest on this delicate balance between local autonomy and centralized authority, ensuring that the sovereignty of the people remains at the heart of the nation's political system. This essay was written by Andrew Langer. Andrew Langer is a longtime contributor to Constituting America's annual studies on the Constitution, and he is a Constituting America Fellow. Currently, he serves as the director of the Center for Regulatory Freedom at the CPAC Foundation, as well as the host of several podcasts, including the Federal Newswire's Lunch Hour podcast and Andrew and Jerry Save the World. For nearly a decade, he was the host on WBAL News Radio 1090 in Baltimore and still fills in regularly for radio shows across the country. A graduate of William & Mary with a degree in international relations, he has taught regulatory policy at the university level.